How's it going? Left-handed Gamer here, and today we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 3. It's my part 2 in my Modern Warfare 2 and 3 video clips that I'm doing. Basically just reminiscing over the best moments from the two games in preparation for the new Call of Duty coming later this year, Modern Warfare, which I'm quite excited about, if I'm honest. I didn't think I would be. The last few Call of Duties have been a bit, how can we put it, shite. So yeah, I'm a bit excited about this one. I've seen some gameplay, it looks pretty good, cross between sort of Rainbow Six. Yeah, it looks good, I'm excited. So anyway, without further ado, fix it. We kick things off then. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. In one of the first missions, you start off as a Navy SEALs guy. Basically, the Russians have stormed American shores. They're pushing up with a Navy fleet, and we go in to basically take over one of the subs and use its missiles on the Russian fleet. So we go into the submarine, we take it by force, get into the control room, and we set those missiles off to take out the Russian fleet. Upon doing so, we then need to extract, and this is the clip you're seeing right now. It's a cool scene where you're on the Zodiac boat, whipping on through the water, and doing a few stunts, few jumps, and you're onto the back of the plane where you then extract. I think it's really cool. It's a great way to open the game, and yeah, it's a good start, I think.
Overlord, mission complete. All Eagles accounted for.
Roger, Middle 01. Missile strikes confirmed on multiple Russian hard targets in your AO. All primary threats neutralized. Good work, team. That's one for the books.
Easy day, Overlord. Sandman out.
So in this clip, we're first getting our first glimpse at Soap and McTavish as to what's happened. Remembering in the last one, Shepard stabbed you, pretty much messed us both up. We've extracted with Nikolai, and this is the first time you're getting to see us now. Obviously we're coming under a lot of heavy fire. Soap's still in rag order, and we've got to extract him out, which then leads on nicely to the next clip where you go into the drone robot type thing and just start obliterating everything to get out of there. Yeah, it's a really cool scene, but we'll talk about that one when we get to it. So yeah, as I was saying, so we're playing Nikolai, the Russian Spetsnaz guy, which later on we find out to be one of Makarov's right-hand man earlier in the series, which also gives you a good flashback later in the game when you go back to the sniper mission when you're in Pripyat, where you take off Zakhaev's arm. Again, we'll talk about that when we get to it. So, let's say we've just got Soap, we're extracting him out, we're coming under a lot of force, and Yuri then says there's basically this drone we can take control of and start obliterating things to get to the helicopter to get to the chopper. That's my that's my Arnie impression, by the way. That's bad. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, anyway, I'll stop talking. I'll play the clip. You can see some of the footage of the drone we go through. At this moment, Price is obviously giving the orders to what we need to do, and we go down the valley, get into the chopper, and get Soap out of there, all safe and sound.
drone inbound.
This was a really cool mission. So basically, we're with the president or one of his bodyguards. The character we're playing is kind of irrelevant, I think, in this instance. It's just to demonstrate being in that environment. But what I liked about it is the mechanics of the plane when it's being forced. It's obviously crash landing towards the surface. But in that moment, there's a few gravity loss moments, and you're sort of hovering around, floating around, and some of the enemy in front of you, and you've got to take them out. It's really enjoyable. Again, I don't recall seeing anything like this of its time, and it was a great mechanic to see being introduced to the series. Again, I hope to see something similar to this. It would be really good to sort of replay it again, or to see it again, I should say. Yeah, but what a great environment, what a great mission. It was just really cool. That's why it's in here. It's one of my epic moments from the game. Yeah, enjoy it. We get to this little church type building, we're kicking ass, we're getting through it. You bust the door open, and that's when the dog starts lashing onto your arm. Of course, we introduced that mechanic where we're laying down and can shoot from the hip. It was just really cool. Wanted to include it in there. So in this mission we're playing as the SAS, and we're storming through London's tube, or London's tubes I should say. So we're on a 4x4 chasing down Makarov's men on a tube train. We think they've got explosive devices or some sort of weapon. We don't know yet. That's what we're trying to find out with the rebel. We don't know what it is he's actually up to yet. We just know he's up to bad stuff here. We've gone in, we're burning through the tube. It's a cool animations when you're on the back of the Jeep, you're giving it some big fire, exchanging shots and stuff. Nice cool animation at the end when the tube comes off, it gets derailed, bombing around, you then end up falling off the Jeep. It's just really cool. I liked this mission. I like games when they introduce more of the British element, because we are cool, we're badass. So yeah, that's obviously why everybody loves Captain Price. So yes, so we go through this, we then come out the other side, and we get to the surface, stop the bus, only to find that it's empty, and leads into the next savage moment, which you'll see.
Now. We need to knock this road down now! Everyone at the blockade, stack up! There's the truck! Weapons free! Clear! Base plate, the lorry's down. We're secure. What's the status on the others? Base plate, come in! Base plate, where are the trucks?
You got it? Are you recording? Okay, so this is day 3, London, and we're off to... Sarah, tell Daddy where we're going. We're going to Big Ben. That's right, Big Ben. Oh, there it is, sweetie. It's right there. Honey, are you getting this? Come on, get closer. Daddy, look over here. Look at me, Daddy. It's really hyper today. Sarah, don't go too far. Birds! Look, Mommy, there's birds. That's your daughter. You know she gets that from you.
So of course, being a Call of Duty game, we go back over to the Yanks side of things, and I like this mission because we're burning through the multi-story car park. Now, as you're probably aware, when you're in a tank, you do not want to be in close quarters because you're so vulnerable. Your mobility is limited due to space. So yeah, it's quite a dangerous situation to be in, and not forgetting, as you see towards the end of this clip, the weight. You know, multi-story car parks weren't designed to take multiple tanks through it, and naturally we fall through the floor. And I just love the little animation of the car then coming down on top of us. We duck into the hatch, and you see the bumper come into the hatch. It's really cool. I liked it. It's just a good little element. And again, it breaks up the monotony of first-person shooters of just being on foot and attacking, and being on foot and attacking. To introduce all these vehicles, these mechanics, and these little animations, it adds to the story. Pretty self-explanatory, this clip. I've included it just because I loved it from the previous game, Modern Warfare 2. The breach-in. The breach-in's back. Yes, I love it. Go in there, slow motion, slap everybody up, think you're badass. Yeah, some proper John Wick shit, and yeah, it's cool. That's what else do you need? It's good stuff. So we're chasing down one of Makarov's turnips now, and we're in a vehicle. We're being chased. We've got armoured vehicles coming in, trying to take us down. We're constantly fighting, exchanging fire. We then catch up with his vehicle, and the animation of ramming him off the road, taking his men down while he's spinning and flipping out. It's a really, really cool mechanic, and one of the epic moments again within Call of Duty 3, Modern Warfare 3. So yeah, we take him down, and it's a great victory for the Yanks. So we got that said turnip into custody. We're burning down towards the Eiffel Tower for extraction, and the bridge just comes under mass attack. We're holding it, we're trying to hold off our defence, and we're getting bummed, royally bummed. The Air Force then finally turn up, start blowing shit up, everything's going crazy. The Eiffel Tower then crumbles, which was quite a unique situation within the game. It's really good to see that coming down as an animation, and just something that wasn't expected. Eventually, Esport, as I say, comes in. We then get him extracted. Mission accomplished, job done. We then move on to the next part, where we're able to disrupt Makarov's plans even more. So we now flip back to Price, Yuri, and Soap. We're still being extracted. Soap's still in a bad way. We're constantly being chased. We then get up into a building where Soap recovers, becomes amazing, and saves the day. That's unfortunately not what happens. Yeah, this is the sad moment where our Soap McTavish passes away. He dies. Yeah, it's not a cool moment. It's not cool.
Sorry.
I've included this mission. Again, it wasn't one of my favourite missions in the game, but it had a cool ending towards it. So Price and Yuri go in on a stealth mission. We've gone into one of Makarov's strongholds. We're trying to get some intel. The climbing up the cavity of the walls was quite cool, looking through the bricks and that when we were originally doing our recon. We get seen, it all goes to shit, and we start to extract, and we're fighting our way out. Burning down the road in one of their trucks. We then jump off the cliff and parachute to safety. It's a proper like James Bond moment. It's really cool. That's why I've included it. It's just a cool way to end a mission. So we've gone back over to the Yanks now, where we're pursuing Makarov's men for getting the president's daughter back, because they're trying to use her as leverage to get the nuke codes. And we've gone in as a sniper team to provide overwatch to one of the other American teams, and it doesn't quite go to plan. I like this mission because of the complexity and some of the mechanics that are involved. The airstriking, when we can call in the airstrip runs when we start taking down the tanks. It's really, really cool. I like it. So as you probably know now, the mission doesn't go quite very well for the other team. Unfortunately, they all get wasted. We then need to go in and mop up and see what's going on. As we get there, She's already on the helicopter being extracted. We were too late. Mission failed.
We can't risk it. Overlord, negative precious cargo. We lost her.
So the Americans weren't able to do what they needed to do, so it's down to good old Captain Price and Yuri. Instead of going after the President's daughter, we're now going after the President to get him out of there, to prevent Makarov getting the rest of the codes. We storm in with Sandman. Now Sandman's been quite a character that's being built up during this whole game, obviously for what's about to come. So we've gone in, we've got the President, we're extracting, we're under a hell of a lot of fire. It's all kicking off. Price, Yuri, the President get on the helicopter. Sandman and his team just can't. As the helicopter's extracting, it all goes to shit. And of course, it's another brutality of death, another loss, another sad moment within the game. However, we did get the President out, and that was the mission. So losses were to be expected, which then leads us nicely to the final mission, which is pretty cool. So Yuri and Price now are kitted up in the full juggernaut suits. We're pretty much indestructible, although very slow. We're walking down the main strip towards Makarov's last stronghold, his last position we know him to be in, and we're going to go and take him down. We're slotting his men left and right. Cool little animations in the lifts. So we're going up at the back of the building. We have to jump lifts because it gets destroyed. We then get round to the rooftop, pushing onto Makarov. Yuri takes a devastating blow. We're on the roof, we're scrapping. Price is about to do the business. You think, oh, is this it? Is this going to be the end of it? Because Makarov gets the upper hand on Price. Yuri out of nowhere comes and redeems himself. Distracts Makarov enough for Price to smash the glass. And ultimately, Makarov then falls to his death with a brutal hanging scene. And of course it ends in style with Price sparking up his cigar and watching Makarov swing. It's such a cool ending to what I think to be an amazing game series of the Call of Duty series. There hasn't been Modern Warfare 1, 2 and 3 of the best, in my opinion, of the full Call of Duty series. So yeah, what a trip, what a way to play the games. Loved them. Going back to them now, I mean, I can't think how long it's been since it probably came out. I haven't played these games, and it's been so good to revisit them and replay them, and just to go over some of that. Like I say, a lot of the mechanics and a lot of the little story fillers in there that I completely forgot about. It's really cool, and it's done exactly what I wanted to do. It has hyped me beyond belief for the new one. Like I say, I've seen some of the clips of the new one online and stuff, people playing that new mode where it's 2v2. It looks really good. The gameplay looks like it's slowed down a little bit. They've introduced lean, which is, well, I've always wanted lean in Call of Duty games. So yeah, I'm quite excited. I hope it lives up to expectation. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Until the next one, see you later.